right for level 9-ish when they were trying to contest, but here comes maybe the final one. I think the momentum is there. Miracle really taking this after game 1.
Yeah, they crushed that last game. We'll see, because, you know, similarly, GLuck crushed game 1, so anything could happen.
Yep, still, I think it really goes to the draft.
This will be Miracle's map pick again, so this will be the second game GLuck gets first pick. Going to take that first pick choice. So
last time there was Garrosh and Hanzo ban. Those snipe bans did work in a way, but they were kind of surprised by that Zarya pick.
Yeah,
might happen again, might not happen.
I don't think it will happen.
Let's say if they want to continue that Garrosh first ban.
I like it. It didn't help them obviously in that last game, but that was a different scenario. Now that we're going to see a more straight up game, it's unadvised. I think there's a few heroes like Zarya that can give you that type of advantage. We really, like, it was Zul, then so before Zul was Sylvanas, and then after that we had Zagara, who would give you this type of play, and later on Sergeant Hammer in some specific cases in Korea, but Zarya is at the last iteration of that. So, you know, Sylvanas in Hero League may be, but not so much in professional play. We saw that used once this tournament and did not go well.
Well, there's a Hanzo ban. Miracle, you will be thinking, well, their GLuck's Genji, from game 3 was not too tough, actually. Do you actually want to leave it open?
Yeah, I mean,
they even had Uther open to GLuck last time.
What do they ban if they leave it open, though? This is see, if the Abathur feels like it's so obvious. If you ban the Abathur here, you're like, haha, like, pick the Genji, we'll just pick Uther, lol. But if you ban something else, I think it becomes less obvious. Like if you banned, I don't know, say Jaina here or something, it's like, oh, are they scared of our Jaina? What's going on? But this is like, if I'm GLuck here, I'm thinking, nah, let's just pick Uther, and then, you know, they can have Greymane and Ubrok, but can't have Uther. They're going to pick the Genji again, though. I feel like they're falling into Miracle's trap. Miracle feels like the MVP Miracle of old. I don't know who they're scrimming with right now. Maybe they got a new coach, but this is a different Miracle we're watching tonight than what we've seen for the last 6 months.
There's Uther now instead of an Ubrok.
Yeah, this time they actually draft the counter because they're not planning a Zarya comp.
Last time, Uther Genji did not even get to level 10. Oh, they got to level 10, but game was over. So their power spike was barely, not even shown from the beginning. Gonna pick up Leoric ETC rotation. Have not seen double tank rotation before the second ban phase happening a lot at all here. Trying to trap them from coming in. Actually, Leoric's Entomb has been a good counter against Greymane. You're locking that up with an ETC. Nice CC pair up.
Yeah, this is
But you need something more, though.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
not enough. Of course, you do have 2 more picks to complete that in a way, but Uther is taken away.
I think a Jaina ban is strong here. I'm trying to think of what other bans are really good. Like, I think Jaina's the best ban here. Obviously, we've seen Leoric with Jaina as a common pairing in Korea.
Also played Jaina twice today in game 2 and 3.
Yep.
Ubrok was provided all that CC from game 3, so they're bringing all the feedbacks from the past 3 games into the drafting here.
So all fingers are pointed at Judy right now. Will he try to play the Garrosh again against this comp? Worked well last time, even with the ETC on the other side. This time they don't even have Uther. I think you take the Garrosh and you draft the Tychus draft here. Li Ming is still available. Like, Gunza could play one of his specialty heroes. Could also be a strong map for Junkrat here. But I think the safest thing to do is to take, given the hero pools of Judy, or the hero pool, which is quite small, just take the Garrosh Tychus, burn the front line down with the Tychus, disrupt the Genji with the grenade that way, stun him with Uther, play safe, don't try anything flashy. As much as I love Gunza's flashy picks, maybe the Tychus is the safe one here.
Yep, and he did play Tychus 3 times already, so I think it fits the draft. And they're actually taking Blaze away from the Seron. Well, it was already off of the Seron because he was going to be playing Leoric anyhow.
This is odd. Seron puts out a smile, knowing that it's going to be him on the other side of the Blaze in this case.
I think this is the opposite of what we saw from game 1, you know, Entomb, and there's the bunker drop to kind of evade, kind of keep himself safe from the Entomb.
I wonder what GLuck is thinking right now, because the 5th pick, okay, here comes Stukov, so a lot of sustained healing and kind of choke points and things like that.
Yeah,
with
the
this
silence along with the Entomb will help them secure the kill.
Maybe it's a Gul'dan pick here? You know, a strong mage that can do AoE damage that works well with Leoric.
Because they also need some wave clear.
Yeah.
They do have Leoric, but that's not going to be enough.
I think Gul'dan might be the way. What else could it be? Junkrat, okay.
Also
well,
taking that away from Gunza's hands.
Sure.
Well,
I think Gunza's going to be on the Tychus anyways,
yes,
but...
Yes.
The question is now, though, the question I was going to ask you is, do you think Blaze is going to be the main tank? Like, is this going to be Judy's pick? Because they could still pick Garrosh.
I don't think so.
They could still pick Garrosh.
Yes, they can still.
It's not as strong anymore, I think, now that Junkrat's on the board, but and Stukov as well. It's going to really make Garrosh his life hell.
Blaze plus Garrosh would be
a lot of stun potential.
Big counter against GTC too.
Yeah. The Nubrock ban's really smart. Nubrock's obviously the best pick in this case, but I don't know, like, what else are we looking at here? Obviously, Johanna is totally useless against Junkrat and Genji in terms of DPS. Still has good wave clear, great for the map. Other tanks are we missing? Murden, solid but not fantastic in this moment.
They play one Tyrael still open.
Yeah, Tyrael would make Greymane able to dive in. Might even not see a cocktail build if it were the Tyrael. They're just going to play the safe one. You know what? Sometimes you have to know your limits. Sometimes you have to know your hero pool and know, you know what? Even though this doesn't perfectly make sense, I'm Judy, I play Garrosh, I am the Garrosh player of this league. And I'm going to lock it in. And we're going to win this series 3-1, and we're going to go home happy. And we're going to scrim other heroes. But right now, I need to play the Garrosh.
Yes. And also, even if they drop the set, they have one more chance. So I think, why not just go with Garrosh? As that is exactly what Judy will be feeling comfortable with.
Yeah, I agree. This is just the safest way to close out the series.
Also, if you have that taunt against Genji, it's also a very good tool.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly why they brought the Garrosh pick, but there were a few other options, I believe.
The only burst, the only target they can burst is actually probably Genji. Taunt him, stun him with Uther, maybe toss him, whatever, and blow him up with Go for the Throat. And then everything else is going to be tougher, right? Because they've got Stukov, which is going to give the longer healing, which is exactly what you want against Tychus, what you want against Greymane, if they can't get the burst kill. So the Stukov pick is the X factor, I feel, for GLuck's draft. The Junkrat can mess up a lot of the stuff that Miracle's trying to do, as Junkrat wants us to have a nice day.
By the way, Blue Beetle's far favorite on the Stukov. In solo Hero League, all the time he would just pick Stukov first pick, second pick. He would do that. He would play Stukov all day. So his favorite. So I'm expecting some great silences to come in.
See if this is going to be the first of those. Angled here in the brush.
Flashlight missed from Milky Way on that turn.
I think if he left the silence there, Judy would have been dead. He survives as a result. Sauron gets out here with the Wraith Walk. Oh, Junkrat! Nearly getting him there with that root. So kind of setting up the root and the silence there in the line of sight blocker. Miracle gets the better trade here though. Cool concept. Proof of execution though. Not there. Not in this skirmish.
It's gonna be a wonky one where we see lots of roller coasters. Garrosh tossing his allies or foes, and also Junkrat trying to toss the other ones. We're gonna see lots of jumps coming out from both teams.
Yep. Ginza. Let's see how well he does with this Tychus in this comp. Obviously, we know he's a good Tychus player. He's played more Tychus than the other hero. As funny as this, hero pool is pretty big. Tychus is the one constant for him.
Not just because of the buff coming up. I think it's because of these two specific teams playing Blaze a lot. I wonder if that's going to continue as a trend coming up tomorrow and the next day. I think it's possible with the buff, but I think it's specific to these teams that they're just trying to take away Blaze and also trying to play Blaze against Leoric here.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, Blaze's buff definitely makes an impact, but these two teams have showcased the best Blaze we've seen in Korea so far. Obviously, Rich's Blaze doesn't count. That was like, I don't even want to talk about that series, but I mean, we've seen really good Blaze uses out of Saron. Let's see if HA2 can impress the same way. It's so funny to me that Blaze became a solo laner because I know that I very strongly feel the design philosophy of Blaze is supposed to make him the main tank.
Yeah, main tank, but he's also got that wave clear.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest tools here.
Yeah, and he just fits the meta and everything.
And the
like,
sustain.
It's kind of funny that it's not really the dream. He is a quote-unquote tank. Like, could almost function as a main tank, but it's when he ends up being in the solo lane. Like, you never see Blaze alone. It's always with another tank, and he serves as the solo laner.
We'll see what kind of other CC that he will be providing. They do have Uther, so I think they really need that heavy front line as Greymane and Tychus to just chunk that damage away.
I think you can take a lot of really cool defensive fights as Miracle, as long as you're in position first like they are here. They give up control of the lanes for a second to actually grab this position. So, look at Jaehyun's positioning too. If Genji comes through, grab him, stun him. I mean, you could, the world is your oyster when you grab that Genji with this comp. And he just doesn't have a large health pool to survive. So Relic is the target. Watch where Jaehyun walks. He's kind of like hiding around, moving towards Relic ever so slightly, moving away when Relic backs off. Very even right now. Junkrat making this much better for GLuck though. They're actually starting to take the lead, in fact. Good concussive mind, knocking Judy out, forcing him out, but Saron really survived this. Just barely there, coming from the this heal there from Stukov, the bio switch.
With the walk,
oh,
with
that was a cool combo, but Milky Way.
They're going in with the nice
silence too, yeah. Sniper though.
The kill. ETC's out though.
Sniper is still alive. Your concussive mind actually may save him a little bit longer. Gunja, not so lucky, does get knocked out. It's a 1-for-1, but with Junkrat, GLuck will win the Immortal, or sorry, the Punisher.
Greymane also going down, I think, with the help from the Punisher.
The comfort of Blue Beetle's Stukov is showing. See it clearly. I really feel his ability to place these silences and zone with his teammates, his bio kill switch timings as well. Very well played. Well, Judy's just trying to hang on up here.
That gives GLuck a massive lead with the Punisher, not really pushing in too far with the port, but getting those kill EXPs.
Yeah.
Really pushing them ahead in that. I thought Miracle could just escape with a single kill given to GLuck, but Punisher and also another one.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget too that Junkrat has really strong pushing power, strong siege. He's actually about to kill this fort just with his auto attacks and his Q. And he stole the camp, and he knocked down the bottom people, and they soak extra, and they have Leorg in the top lane, who's got great wave clear. Like, it's like one more grenade away from killing it. Siege minions are going to get it instead. But GLuck is at the verge of having a massive lead, 2-level lead, 10, and then they could just take what little objectives are left. They're painting the map red. The only objective they didn't get was the Shaman camp, blue side. And they can get the red side siege minions, the Impalers. They're in prime position to even force a team fight if there's a way to. That's the thing they're most upset about, GLuck, is like, they've got 10, but we can't do anything with it right now. March of the Black King. Did not expect that. That is interesting.
For the sustain, I believe. I was leaning towards Entomb because it can actually draw Divine Shield out in the best case scenario. And without that, there won't be too much shielding available.
Yeah, and the Entomb also works really well with Dragon Blade and Mosh Pit and Riptire.
And the silence and all that.
All the damage and the silence and the
plus 20 reasons.
Just auto attacks coming from Junkrat. I'm like, I don't know. I think Entomb was better here, but you know, maybe it was a misclick, or maybe we're gonna learn something. But they're massively ahead. Might bring up the win rate of March of the Black King with this game if things continue as GLuck wants them to. I'm looking at this right now though with a little bit of a, you know, that colon slash face where it's like kind of like a sideways, you know, sort of mouth. That's me right now.
This one, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like colon / right now. That's me.
I think with this one, I think we may actually see combustion coming out from Blaze in this case. Can provide more damage with sustain.
Certainly could be, especially because of the March of the Black King. You walk into it.
I'm still gonna be
bunker though. A bunker gives you a lot if you use it correctly. I was actually not sold on bunker until we saw Saren play it twice today.
I think, in a way, it can be a good tool, but once you're out of the bunker, all of your members can actually get all the damage from the Riptire together. That's gonna be a big problem.
You can't really burst down the Riptire while you're in the bunker either, because the range of the flamethrower is really small.
And it does barely any damage.
Yeah, the route, like the Malfurion into Blaze, has been, I think, the best response so far to locking those numbers down, but the Riptire could maybe do some extra damage. We're never going to see Greymane or Tychus in the bunker with that Riptire out there. Okay, here comes the taunt. This is the comp we were talking about. Look, first pick. Mosh pit,
with the Riptire!
Oh my god. Divine Shield. Overlord is going down. This has been a back and forth team fight, to say the least. Bunker here trying to buy the Miracle members a little bit more time on their way out. Judy is the one who's blocking. Stuns come through. See you later, Sniper. GLuck to win this fight. The Mosh, and all the Moshes we've seen from Milky Way tonight have been really good. And that was just another one of them.
It's every one of them into that mosh pit, and Riptire plus Frat Dragon Blade. You know what we're into here. That could have been a disaster, but Miracle actually defended that pretty well. Only giving 2 kills.
I mean, if you can mosh like that every time, I guess you take March of the Black King and you just bank him.
Yes. Milky Way tonight's ETC, possibly one of the best ETC plays out of this season from Korea.
Yeah. Does he ever feel like ETC's axe that he swings with, it's not actually an axe, it does like no damage? I always imagine that he's like slapping someone with like a frying pan or something. It's like not actually cutting anybody.
Damage.
He's not cutting anybody, he's not hurting anybody, he's just like, he's kind of slapping them with like a wet noodle or something.
Wet noodle, yeah.
Saren's going to take this solo while they take the whole map. GLuck has dominated objectives this game with their team fights they've won.
Miracle's got the point. They know they have to burst down Blue Beetle. The Silence will be working it so hard against them.
I just feel like they need like a team wipe. How can they get it with a Punisher on the loose? Frozen Punisher too. It's going to be tough to use this comp that's reliant on Garrosh and Blaze, because they're going to get frozen if they go in too deep. This is a really tough situation for Miracle. They could lose this game right here. The longer this goes on too, Mercs in mid and bot. Odin coming through. There's the stun on the Sniper. Still getting the damage done to the Immortal. Or Punisher. God, I've been saying these wrong all day today. You know what I mean. Everyone knows what I mean.
That's okay.
That one guy didn't know what I mean. I'm sorry, dude.
He was like, wait, what's wrong?
He's like, wait, I thought this was Infernal Shrine. Like, yeah, no, I said the wrong thing. It's okay.
Starts with I. Same thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, Eternity starts with E though, GLuck. I don't know. Oh boy, well. You and I have both made mistakes in the last minute of our lives here on broadcast that people will watch and be recorded forever.
That's
okay. How does GLuck lose this game? Like, they can't, theoretically, right? Like, they have control of all objectives. The entire map is red. They have lanes pushed. They have a setup here that Miracle is very riskily going to engage into. I don't think this is how Miracle comes back. Don't think this is the fight they want to take. They need to leave and give this to GLuck.
Oh, that percent.
Oh, that could cuss him.
Unstoppable came in just...
Oh, the Riptire, I think, was a little bit excessive.
But they were trying to get the camp. I think that's a good tool to secure them a camp here.
They're definitely going to get it. Now they can just go push mid. Looks like they want more than that. They're going to try to protect this camp, actually.
We're trying to soak in for 16, actually, to have a bigger gap with the new talent. Let's see how they want to force this one out, as Greymane went to the mid lane to clear that wave. Trying to pressure in a little bit as they have the poke.
Alright.
Ooh, look at that Junkrat damage.
Little by little, pushing through. Concussive connects with HGC2. Taunt, but I don't know, it might actually have cost him his life. There's the Divine Shield, that's good. Bunker up as well. Mosh pit here. Trying to set up for something, not going to be what they wanted.
They get 16, they're not getting a keep, but still if they walk out with this, I think it's an okay trade for GLuck.
Their cooldowns are much shorter. Cooldowns, besides the Mosh Pit, like trading Entomb, Riptire, these things are not actually as as long as, for example, the Divine Shield, which is the big one they got. I mean, that was a huge cooldown burn. Sure, they used Mosh Pit. They damaged the keep. They got out. They didn't succeed in their objective, but there was no punishment, so gonna feel pretty decent about this one. Love this setup, just allowing Overlord to have vision, shoot over the wall.
They still have the lead, and the pokes has been great with the Junkrat. Miracle really cannot contest against Junkrat too much because their range is just so short, even with Greymane and Tychus.
Yeah.
It's not going to be enough, and when you open that zone, Relic will just dive in and get the kill with the Dragon Blade anytime.
They just had control of these camps all game long. Like,
so even
Miracle's
without
just,
the Entomb, because of all that, because of the mine, Greymane really cannot come in because he will just toss everyone
himself
aside.
on the wrong side of the team
yes.
fight. Like, yeah, I mean that's kind of the story of what we've been seeing. Usually it's been Garrosh, but Greymane's got to stay at the back. They get to the shrine faster because of all the camps they have pushing all over the map. I mean, the top camp is even going to become a...
There's the ODN 16. They want to make this into their own team fight.
Zeron in really good spot here to look for a March. Not going to use it this time though. Yeah. Wanted a better one, wanted a more ideal one.
They have the higher number right now as they just want to drag that Odin out.
Alright, we're going to look for Mosh and 10. They want to engage the Mosh.
More seconds.
On point. Oh, they put him in the bad spot.
Odin's
5 seconds.
There's
Divine Shield already out here. Here comes Genji with the Dragon Blade. We already saw the Riptire. Not very effective here. Relic looking for this kill though with Overlord, and they're going to get it. Now here comes the March. Mosh could be used here to stop the retreat, and again it is interrupted, but it's too late. Relic up here on top of H82. Another concussive mine's going to knock him out of the fight. And GLuck is starting to feel like we are going to that game 5 that you and I were talking about when we started the series.
Yes. We said that we don't know where this is heading, but that kind of team fight, even though Mosh was cancelled by the grenade from Tychus, that very soon. The Riptire was actually a zoning tool in that team fight big time. They were trying to hide in the bunker, but it goes away after a few seconds. I mean, if they lose Jaehyun here...
Oh man, down he goes. That's game, you would think.
At least double key with the Punisher coming here.
Yeah, unfortunately the top push didn't help them push mid where the Punisher is, but like, Uther's not up for 30 seconds, and they have March again, they have Shove, they're going to have another Riptire before this push is over. I think they can core here. An inexperienced team, so sometimes they would make a rash decision to back off, but HA2 looks for the triple stun, gets it, but this is just too much. Uther being missing here means no heals, which means every move they make, every damage they take, especially from this Arcane Punisher damage is too much. Riptire not doing a whole lot, but Judy is going to be the first to die, it looks like here. He's trying to survive.
He gets out.
That's actually pretty significant.
And now Uther is back, has that Divine Shield available. Odin is there.
But he's
Shield
stunned.
is going to be on very soon onto Tychus.
He needs to put it on. He does not, in fact. But Overlord getting very low. Divine Shield actually onto Greymane here. It's just too much damage. The Punisher's going to finish it. We are going to a Game 5, GLuck. This has been the best series of the tournament. Mark my words, it's going to be hard to top this one.
Oh yes, the second full series. We had one on the opening day.
Yeah.
Now we have the second one between these two teams. I was thinking Miracle was going to top GLuck when I was coming in here, but today we see an upset, and most of the game, their team fight has been not one-sided, but in a way after draft, it seems when their team is really not working for a team, they have been losing a single game, like with 2-3 level gap. I mean, this is not a one-sided series in ways, but in terms of games itself,
besides game 2, yeah, they have been.
so maybe just game 5, maybe